Hello bitches, how you doing? Today my robot voice is a man because I like to spice things up during this coronavirus shit. So this video will be about my K-pop unpopular opinions that are actually unpopular, not the Blackpink's Lisa isn't the best dancer type of shit. I just wanna warn you again, I'm not a K-pop professional or whatever, I've been listening to it for barely a year and this is not the only type of music I listen to, so maybe sometimes my arguments won't be that strong. Also remember that this is my opinion and that there's no hate behind it. I'll do my best to be the most respectful I can, so please do the same and act with empathy. Okay, without more wait, let's dive into my unpopular opinions before this trend becomes too cringy. I was so surprised that so many people were against Yena joining Everglow after her contract with IZ*ONE expires. Everglow's producers had included Yena in the first lineup for a reason. Y'all are just influenced because you're used to see her in IZ*ONE's soft concept. But I'm sure she'll fit Everglow very well if she ever joins after IZ*ONE. I also think that Everglow will be better with 7 members. Something seems kinda off with them being 6. It seems harder to do a good choreography with even numbers of members. There are actually group with even number of members who are able to have great choreography such as G-Idol, but Everglows aren't part of those groups. I'll think they'll definitely be better at 7. I think YG Entertainment rappers are very good, but I just think YG focuses more on the flow and the style of their rappers than their actual skills. Jennie and Lisa are good rappers, of course. But they aren't the best female rappers in the game as you like to say it. I don't understand the hype around Jennie's rap in Do 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 Do. Yes, it's an enjoyable part, but the rap in itself isn't that complicated. I think the music video makes the rap much more interesting. But once again, YG focuses on the style and the flow. I think G-Idol Soyeon is the best female rapper in the game right now. She was already talented before joining Cube Entertainment, but they made her an incredible rap machine. And yes, I personally think she's better at rapping than Jennie and Lisa. I think she deserves the title of Best Rapper. Here are some of her raps just for you pleasure. You're welcome. I also prefer CLC's rap over Blackpink's rap. Sorry, but yes. Same with Pentagon. I also think Pentagon's rappers are better than iKON's rappers, although they're all very good, of course. I just assume that Cube's idols are so underrated. And I know y'all are gonna cancel me after this, but there are some 4-minute songs where I prefer Hyuna's rap over CL's rap. Please keep calm and don't insult me. Talking about Cube, let's mention G-Idol. This one is gonna be a little rude. I'm sorry, but, to me, Lion was not Sua's era. It's not because a member has more lines than usual that it suddenly becomes their era. Yes, Sua had more lines, and those were almost equal to other members for once. Yes, she performed well and sang those lines well. But she did not shine the most to me. Of course she caught my attention because we all realized that OMG Sua had a voice. But she didn't have any costume, high note or complicated dance that made her outshine the others. I know y'all are gonna tell me that owning an era isn't all about high notes and hard dances. I know. But can you just explain to me how Sua did something better than the others to be defined as the best member in this era? Because according to me, Soyeon and Minnie owned this era. They fitted the concept so well and were perfect for the Lion style. I also watched some rankings concerning their era. And Sua was placed higher than Miyeon and Soojin because this was the first time she had a verse in a title track. I'm sorry, but no. This isn't supposed to be the way it works. I know Shuha is a talented member, but she hasn't showed enough of her skills compared to the others. It's really good that she's earning confidence and I'm up for it. I really hope she'll be able to show off her skills for real in their next comeback.
I don't understand why people hate empty choruses so much. There are as many EDM choruses as sung choruses. I really don't see the problem. For example, I think that Blackpink's choruses are very catchy. What if they repeat it? What is the problem? The choruses fit the girl crush concept and allow them to breathe for a few seconds during the choreography. What's wrong about that? Same with Everglow. I think the drops are cool and allow them creativity in the choreography. I think Bon Bon Chocolat and Dun Dun had very catchy and easy to learn choreographies. So the groups that use that forgot to write the chorus formula actually succeed very well in a commercial perspective. So yeah, it might look a bit less creative than full choruses, but at least they can make us have fun. Plus, I don't see any of you coming at male artists for using that formula, but they do too. I only see Blackpink and Everglow being accused of that technique and never groups like ATEZ or NCT. Oh my god, do I smell double standards? I don't know why you guys hated that debut so much. Maybe it's because Somi had shown her vocal abilities in her old group and didn't do it in her solo debut. But as I had never heard about her before her debut song, my opinion was maybe less biased. Anyway, I found that debut very good, very colorful and very interesting. It was a bop. Perfect for the summer. I don't understand how y'all call it a flop when it has more than 70 million views, which is very good for a solo K-pop artist, especially for a debut. Chungha has less views and I don't see y'all calling her a flop. Make it make sense please. By the way, I find y'all so funny when you say that this song is not Somi's style. What the hell? Do you know Somi personally? Do you know her actual musical tastes? She left JYP and joined her current label for a reason. I just think the black label offers her a style she feels more comfortable into, so just be supportive or shut the fuck up. Yup, I don't know what to say about that one. I have a feeling that that song was made for people who have more edgy musical tastes. That's not my cup of tea. I don't find anything interesting in that song, although it being the favorite of many Blinks and even being ranked 15 by Billboard in the best K-pop songs by a female act. But I just don't like it. I find the chorus so flat. Boombaya was so much better. I'm sorry if the quality of the sound has changed. I don't know why. Anyway, I just wanna say that YG is very clever and it's funny to see y'all acting as if you were economists. I see many people checking their financial stocks, they're so cringy. YG is so rich you can't even imagine. They are able to produce qualitative music videos and establish partnerships with the biggest luxury brands. You can't even picture how much money those partnerships can generate. I'm sure they will never flop. Plus, many of you guys say that they need to give Blackpink a comeback before people lose interest in them, but even if they give Blackpink a comeback in more than a year, everyone is gonna watch it. Y'all are falling into YG marketing strategy, which is scarcity marketing. They create rarity. And when they drop out that piece of rarity, which is Blackpink's comeback, they're gonna give the impression that it's been done in a rush to prove that they can produce quality even with a busy schedule. It will create a feeling of urgency in the fandoms, and even outside the fandom, people will be starving for this comeback and will have an impression of exclusivity when a ridiculous mini-album pops out. YG has been using that marketing technique for years now, and it had always worked very well for them. And although people think they have figured it all out, they'll still fall into YG clever marketing. I'm not saying she is untalented. Not at all. She's the main vocalist of her group for a reason. I'm just saying that one more year of training would have allowed her to avoid the massive hate she's facing right now. JYP wanted to be the first company to debut a fourth-generation girl group, but maybe it was too early for Leah. Always wanting to be the first at everything isn't a good plan. Leah had barely trained for a year when ETC debuted, and maybe if she had trained for one more year she would have been stable from the beginning of her career like she is now. Being the first girl group of a generation always brings hate. Just look at Red Velvet's debut. So be sure that all the members are ready to debut if you don't want to lose credibility. Anything doesn't need to be done in the rush to be the first and have a monopolistic situation. Talking about K-pop generations. I'm so sick of seeing K-pop fans praising second generation so much. No, that generation was not the best. Those years were very good, music-wise, okay. But I don't think that sexism, body shaming, starvation, exhaustion or the oversaturation of cultural appropriation were that cool. Yes, SHINee had great vocalists. But the main vocal took his own life for a reason. Yes, FX were a super cool group, but same argument with Sully. Yes, Girls' Generation were innovative and super stable in the performances, but why doesn't anybody mention how mistreated they were? Yes, 2NE1 were breaking stereotypes, but how can y'all be so hyped when the members were facing such a huge depression? I'm gonna shut up now because I don't want to create a new war, but, hey second gen stans, think twice next time. This is gonna be my last unpopular opinion, although I don't know if it's that unpopular right now. But yeah, it's completely okay to unstan a group or an idol if they disappointed you. At first, Wendy was my bias in Red Velvet. But when I saw that she had imitated black people in an interview with a very ridiculous accent, and that she had done it again a few months after, I switched to Seulgi, who was my bias wrecker. And I'm not afraid of that, I'm actually pretty proud. You can't separate the artist and the person. That's what I think. Same with G-Idol's Soyeon. She was my bias, but when I saw how much she loved cultural appropriation even when fans warned her so many times, I switched to Miyeon, who was my bias wrecker. I don't see the problem. If you feel offended or uncomfortable with an idol's ideology, it's completely okay to unstan them. Okay, this is the end of the video. I hope I haven't offended anyone. But yeah, that's what I think. See you soon. Bye.